For months, some Biloxi residents have complained about homeless camps at the old Broadwater property.
Recently, owners cleared one of the parcels, but neighbors say that merely moved the problem.
Noah Noble is looking into this issue and has details for us tonight.
The old Broadwater golf course hasn't operated since Hurricane Katrina struck in 2005. But that hasn't stopped people from dropping by, pitching a tent, and living out of sight in the thick overgrowth. Take a drive down Iris Street in Biloxi and you'll see one of the sections was cleaned last month. The remains of homeless camps still visible among the uprooted trees and construction debris.
It's 10 times worse. You just can't see it.
Bob Silvestro lives just south of the Broadwater property. He and his wife completed their move from South Carolina in January.
We said to ourselves, my gosh, for that price, with this acreage, you could be that close to the beach. So we said, okay. And I drove to City Hall and ran into Police Chief Miller and told him, is it as bad as it looks? And he said, no, it's not violent, but there's issues. So I bought the house.
What's that been like?
Well, it's been eye-opening and quite the challenge.
The challenge, he says, is the number of homeless people that live on the Broadwater property. I spoke with one of the Broadwater property owners on the phone, Roy Anderson. He declined to interview for the story, but he told me the city of Biloxi asked him to clear this overgrown land to help them monitor the homeless. But once that happened, Bob Silvestro says people simply moved across the street to another part of the property.
There was supposedly no trespass from that woods. There's at least 80 people that are living in that woods. I'll go in there, but not too far.
This cut in the chain link fence, apparently the front door to their camps. Roy Anderson told me there's no plans to cut down this property right now. But even though it's out of sight, Silvestro says it's not out of mind.
Somebody told me once that, like, you're only as strong as your weakest person. Mm-hmm. We can't kick the can down the road anymore. This has to stop right here, right now. And it's not a matter of save my neighborhood. It's a matter of let's help these people.
So what does the city of Biloxi think about this? Well, they didn't make anyone available to interview with me, but they did send me a statement saying that the city is working with Broadwater property owners on this problem and they're listening to the concerns of residents. But some residents on the front line, like Bob Silvestro, told me he feels left in the dark with no real solutions on the table. In Biloxi, I'm Noah Noble for WLOX News Now.
Homeowners on Crusaders Drive say their neighborhood is being taken over by homeless people and it's becoming a serious issue. Noah Noble is digging into this story tonight and helping neighbors connect to possible solutions.
On the other end of this quiet, dead-end neighborhood in Biloxi is Old Mercy Cross High School, or as some of the neighbors here call it, Tent City. For more than a year, the Catholic Diocese of Biloxi, which owns the Mercy Cross property, has allowed homeless to live in tents. Neighbors say it's becoming a problem, a big problem.
We're just seeing a daily basis where we have so many more transient people, homeless people. They're in and out all hours of the day, all hours of the night.
Patrick Murphy has called Crusaders Drive home for 15 years. It's his slice of paradise, but in recent months, he says it's turned into a nightmare.
We've lost our sidewalks, we've lost our streets, our kids can't play in our front yards no more. Grandkids do not want to come and visit anymore. We've just lost our neighborhood.
These homes are right in between Mercy Cross and Back Bay Mission, where many homeless get resources, food, and showers. To get to Back Bay Mission, homeowners complain the homeless have created their own highway right through their neighborhood. Is it that big of an issue?
It's a big issue. They're coming in, looking in the window, knocking on the door, asking for cigarettes, asking to use the bathroom or could they use the water. They've been using my water. I lost a renter after 3 years because of the safety. She was a single parent. So she had to break her lease in January. I'm in my retirement years. This is my income. So if I lose this.
Neighbors sent this letter to Back Bay Mission and the Catholic Diocese of Biloxi, hoping for a solution.
We haven't been notified or contacted by anyone from day one. None of the neighbors have, no one up and down the street. No one's heard from anybody.
So I invited Back Bay Mission to meet up with these neighbors to help them find that solution. What have your conversations been like? We've been here for about 30 minutes or so talking.
The conversations with the neighbors have been very good, just filling them in on our part of what the solution might look like. I don't think anybody has come up with a concrete solution, but end of the day, we all want something positive to happen, and we know this unsheltered population is expanding, and we want some kind of solution to that problem, whatever that might look like.
We're really not complaining, we're just saying we got a problem and we need to fix the problem before we get any more problems. There's a solution, let's just work together and find it.
And all of this is happening as a homeless resource center at Mercy Cross plans to open by the end of May. In Biloxi, I'm Noah Noble for WLOX News Now.
We reached out to the Catholic Diocese of Biloxi for comment on this story. They agreed to interview with us later in the week.
The old Mercy Cross High School property in Biloxi is the site of the newest homeless resource center. The Diocese of Biloxi blessing that facility today during its official opening. Noah Noble has been following this story and joins us live to explain what resources will be available there. Noah?
Well, Karen, the Diocese of Biloxi says this is utilizing its resources to serve a crucial need in the community. For years, the old high school buildings out here at Mercy Cross has sat empty, but now they will regularly serve the homeless population that have established what many people have called a tent city. Air conditioning has been installed in the gymnasium where Feed My Sheep will be feeding people on a weekly basis. They've also redone the field house to make it an emergency shelter if they need to for both men and women. They've also completely redone the Boys and Girls Club building, which will now house a doctor from Memorial once a week, along with somebody from Pine Belt Mental Health to help assess the people who are here staying at this property. And all this is happening with the goal of removing all of the tents here on the Mercy Cross campus, but the Biloxi bishop says that this is an effort that will definitely take a village.
I really have been deeply touched by the outpouring of the community at large also, that we need to do something, and I think this is the something we need to do. What it's going to look like completely in about 2 months, we'll see, but the fact that we got 5 people off the street already and we weren't even open yet, it gives me hope that all the folks that are here, at least most of them, we can get off the street.
Security is also a major concern from the diocese, and they want to make sure that this will be a transitional zone and not a permanent situation. Coming up at 6 o'clock, what security measures the diocese is taking to protect not only the people who live here at the property, but also people who live nearby. Live in Biloxi, I'm Noah Noble for WLOX News Now.